It was more just that I lost everything. Like
Oh, you did?
I mean, I was practically homeless. Like,
How old were you when you
I was 24 when I
stopped
got
drinking?
sober. But, you know, I came out of school and I had wanted to be, you know, it's a funny thing too with the hubris of youth and of me in particular. Like, I came out of school thinking that I would come to New York and New York would be like, oh, now we understand, like, welcome. And New York was like, what? Like, and I was a big failure early on with like I had a theater company, I had all these artistic pretensions, and I basically wound up not being able to make any money, people not liking anything that I did, and just being, you know, practically kicked out of my apartment, unable to support myself, unable to hold down like a waiting tables job. My friends all started to abandon me because I was a very angry and horrible human being to be around. And then finally, like, my girlfriend, who I never thought would leave me, like, left me. And so I just got to this point, and I was about to be kicked out of my apartment.
What were your parents in all this?
They were like helping, like my mom was helping me like on the down low, like kind of giving me money, but they were kind of getting sick of me too. I mean, you know, it was awful. It's that awful thing that you hear every alcoholic talk about. And if they don't talk about it, they're lying. Like, you just become an awful human being. Like, you just, you're selfish.
Was there a moment that was like the crystallizing, like, oh yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna kill myself, and then,
really?
You know, I did. Oh yeah, but I didn't have the, you know, I'm gonna say courage to do it. Like, I didn't have the. I had a cat, and this is a funny thing where, like, I actually had a baby cat. And I remember reading somewhere that if there's a dead body in an apartment, because I didn't have any friends too, so my body would have stayed in the apartment for maybe weeks and nobody would have discovered. I paid my rent, and I was like, apparently dogs won't eat you, but cats will eat you. They will eat your body if they run out of food. And I was like, wow, like, I don't want my poor cat to, like, Jesus. You know what I mean? And so I was like, so that was the moment where I was like.
Are you telling me that if you didn't have a cat in your house, you would have killed yourself?
Maybe. I mean, that could have been a ruse. But I did wake up the next morning, and I had a friend who'd been sober for a million years, and I called him, and I was like, hey man, like, you know, my life's in trouble. And he was like, why don't you get sober? And I was like, no, man. It's like I just need a new girlfriend. Like, no, I need a girlfriend. He was like, why don't you get sober? And I was like, no, man. I just need a new job. If I get a job. And he's like, why don't you get sober? And I was like, no, man, it's the jelly donuts. Like, I gotta stop eating the jelly donuts, and then I'll be fine. He was like, why don't you get sober? And I was like, maybe I'll get sober. And it just broke, and I went to a meeting, and then like, it is that thing where it's just, you know, your life just changes, and people are nice to you finally when, like, no one's been nice to you. You've lived in a world like the drinking world and the kind of druggy world that I was in, just like everybody's miserable, and they're all mean to each other constantly. You're just nasty all the time, and then you like go to a meeting and people are like, hey man, like, and you're like just so, it's so confusingly wonderful.